Hey guys, this is Lalima, and in today's video we are going to see how we can load data from a file into a database table, which is also known as a data ingestion, where we transporting data from a different sources into database tables so that we can use that data for further analysis or further decision making. To implement this process, we are going to use Python as a programming language. So let's start and implement the data ingestion. Okay, so if you see here in my desktop, I have one telecom user data set. So this file I'm going to use to load into database table. And for database, here I'm using Oracle SQL Developers. So my database name is system, and here all the tables name are given. But for this data ingestion, we'll create a new table from the scratch. So let's jump to the Jupyter notebook. We can say that this data ingestion divided into multiple steps. So first step is import data and load into a data frame. Okay, so we can see loading data set into data frame. Using that, we can know that what are the different column it has, what are the different data type is supporting, and accordingly we can create our table into database. And second thing, suppose you want to apply any data cleaning or you want to transform your data, then we can do it easier using data frame. Okay, so first step is loading data set into data frame. Second is establishing connection. So currently we are using Jupyter notebook. So through Jupyter notebook we are going to connect with our SQL database. Okay, so second is establishing database connection. Okay, now next step is once you establish connection, then we create a table. Okay, so what are the column it's going to have, we get an idea from this data frame, and after establishing connection we'll create a table. Okay, so create a table, and once table created, then we load data from this data frame into that table. Okay, so inserting data from data frame to database table. Okay, so we have divided this data ingestion process into 4 steps. So let's see each step one by one. Okay, so first step is loading data set into data frame. So import pandas module, import pandas as pd, and now give data frame name. So data frame equal to pd.read_csv, and our file name is this telecom_user. Just copy it and just paste it. Okay, so now if we run, so our data now loaded into data frame. So just check whether it's loaded or not. So if I check head to, so yes, our data now loaded. So here you can see it has total 6 column: customer ID, gender, tenure, contract, monthly charges, and total charges. And if we check how many rows it has, so check shape, so it has around 6000 rows and 6 column. We can also check the data type, so just check info. So if you see here, customer ID is a string type, gender also is string type, tenure is integer, contract is string, monthly charges are float type, and total charges is string type. Okay, so here each column has different data type, and in our database table either we can keep the same data type or we can also change our data type as per our requirement. So for this data ingestion, we'll keep the same data type as our data frame. Okay, so we have completed our first part. Now let's move to the second part, which is establishing database connection. And for this, let's first import a module which is a cx_oracle. So let's first import cx_oracle. So using this module, you can establish database connection between Jupyter notebook and Oracle SQL Developer. So what it does first is make a DSN, and using that DSN it connect with database. Okay, so for creating DSN there is a one command which is a make DSN function, and for that you need to pass some information like host name, port, or service name. So to get these information, let's go to the Oracle SQL Developer. So in connection, just right click and open new connection. So here my database name is system and I want to connect with this database. Okay, so for this, host name is localhost, port is 1521, and SID and service name both are same, so you can use anyone. So let's fill this detail. So host name is localhost, port is 1521, and service name is XE. Okay, Okay, so if we run this, then it's completed. Okay, so our DSN now created. Now we want to connect with our DB. So there is one more command which is connect function, and here you need to pass user, password and DSN. Okay, so again let's check. Okay, so if you see here, my database name is system and I want to connect with this data name. So my username for this database is system. So let's fill these details. Username is system, and this is a case sensitive, so just make sure you are giving the same name. And for my case, password also the same like my username, so here also system. And for this DSN, you need to pass this DSN which we just created. Okay, so I'm just copying this and putting it here. So we created our DSN, now we are connecting. So for connection we are passing user, password and DSN. So let's just run. So this is also working fine. Okay, so our connection also established. Now if we want to use any DDL or DML command, then we need a cursor. So let's first create cursor of this connection. So here I am using C as a cursor name. So C equal to connection dot cursor, and if we run this, now C is our cursor for this particular connection, and using this cursor we can execute any DDL and DML commands. Okay, so our second step also completed, means establishing connection. Now we can move on to the third step, creating a table. So creating a table is a DDL command, and using this cursor we are going to create this table. And whenever you want to use any DDL or DML command, then you need to use execute function. So C dot execute, and inside execute you can paste your DDL or DML command under quotes. Okay, so inside execute I am going to paste my create table command. So this is my create table command, create table, table name. So system is database name, and demo underscore telecom underscore users is table name. And inside that bracket we are going to pass column name with their respective data type. So I am keeping same data type as data frame. So here first column is customer ID, which is string type, so I am passing varchar. Second is gender, which is again string type, so varchar. Tenure is given in integer, so tenure is integer, and contract is string, so here I am passing varchar. Monthly charges in float, so here I am giving decimal, which is 10-digit decimal for 2 decimal place, and total charges is string type, so here I am passing varchar for total charges. Okay, so this is our DDL command for creating table, and if we execute this, so it's completed and we can recheck it. So just go to the Oracle SQL developer, and if I refresh it, and here you can see our demo underscore telecom underscore user table created with 6 columns. Okay, so our table now created. Okay, so now next step is inserting data from data frame to database table, and for this we are going to use for loop. So for row in data frame, just let's see what is going to print. So just print row. So here you see it printing only column name but not the values, and for inserting data we need values. So instead of data frame only, we are going to use iter tuples function, so that it convert each rows into tuple which contain column name with their respective value. Okay, so here we are using for row in data frame dot iter tuples, and inside that let's remove print row. Okay, so inside this for loop we are going to use again execute. So C dot execute, and inside that first write the insert command. So inside the column insert into table name. So our table name is system dot demo, and here if you see our table name given in capital letter, so always use capital letter. Even for creating table we use the small letter, but for inserting you need to give the capital letter. Okay, so our table name is demo underscore telecom underscore users. So insert into table name values, and here you need to pass the column name. So our column name is customer ID. So before each column we need to pass colon. So colon customer ID. So I'm just copying this, colon customer ID, comma colon gender, colon tenure, comma colon contract colon monthly charges, and last colon total charges. Just make sure the name is same, spellings are same. So yeah, looks okay. So c dot execute insert command, insert into table name, values, column name, same like the table name, and after that we need to pass the data. So after this quotes I am using comma, and here you need to pass the data. So we already used the for loops. So for row dot customer ID, so here customer ID is same like the data frame. So here's row dot customer ID, comma row dot gender, comma row dot tenure, comma row dot contract. Here each column same whatever we have given here in data frame. Okay, so row dot monthly charges, comma row dot total charges. Okay, so you can see inside c dot execute insert into table name we have given inside quotes, and after that we pass the data frame column name. Okay, so this is our DML command. So we need to commit as well. So connection dot commit, and now we can run this. So here it's running, it's completed. Now our data from data frame loaded into a database table. So just recheck whether it's loaded or not. So just refresh, and if we run select count star from table name, so here you can see it's giving 5986 rows, and the same number of rows our data frame has. So now our data successfully loaded from data frame to database tables. And same count you can check from here as well. So just c dot execute, inside that just pass the command. So select count star, and here you need to pass the table name. So I'm using this table name, and if we run this, okay, so our command now executed, but here we cannot see the result. Okay, so if you want to see the result, then you need to use fetch all function. So just write c dot fetch all, and if we run, here you can see it has total 5986 rows. Okay, so using c dot execute we can run any DDL or DML command, and if you want to see the result you just use c dot fetch all. Okay, so we have seen data ingestion, which is also known as ETL process, but today mainly we focus on extract and load part. We have not done any transformation over our data, but in next video we are going to work on transformation, where we clean our data, slice our data, or transform our data into different form before loading into a table. So don't miss the next video. And for this video, if you have any question or doubt, then please do comment in comment section. Also let us know different topics so that we can make our video over those topics. So yes, that's it for today. We'll see you in next video. Till then, bye and take care.